You were too quick.
Oh.
Never?
We are headed towards
Leonidas.
Towards what?
Leonidas.
Leonidas now.
But we're going to stop at the park.
That's what I originally was going to say when you
We'll
said
say
no. Well, I started to say it and you said something else. Like I wasn't supposed to say that. So we are headed towards Rawson's King Mill County. We are now in another little small burg. I think it might be a little bigger than the other ones, but this one is called Fulton.
Turn right on 42nd Street South.
Right there. Some older buildings.
Lots of old abandoned buildings in this town.
Is there? It looks like there's one about ready to fall down.
Yeah.
Looks like it had a fire. You can see the top of the roof, yeah. There's a fire in there at one time. Looks like maybe a general store or something. We have an old church here. I have no idea what kind it is because there is no name on it. Over here we have another church, but I don't think it's quite as old. It's got a great big tower on it. Boy, it's not a very big town. I thought it was a bigger town. Huh. I have no idea what Fulton was known for. It must have been a farming community, though. And very into Halloween. Very into Halloween. So we're in a township. We have a little store right there. I guess it's maybe a little convenient grocery store. You can sure tell by the size of the growth of the houses where we become very materialistic. We all somehow seem to fill to the brim of stuff that we don't need. We are headed to Leonidas. It's just an itty-bitty little town. I have no idea what it is famous for. I remember as a kid when we'd go up north, we'd go through it. And probably the only other thing I can tell you about it is that the first time my girlfriend, Vicki, and I skipped school, we went to Leonidas. For no known reason. I guess we thought that nobody would catch us there because it was just a little quiet little burg, but there is virtually nothing here. I think maybe a little corner store. I don't know. Kind of zigzagging down through here. Yep, I do know that there is a park here. And here is a river. It's pretty high, but we've had a lot of rain the last few weeks.
Turn left on Factoryville Road.
We're actually going to go through Factoryville first.
Okay, probably just a four-corner thing, maybe? I'm not really sure.
In 1/2 mile, arrive at Factoryville Christian School on the left.
Okay. So we have pumpkins for sale.
Yeah, look at all of them out
Yeah, out there. That must have been a good pumpkin season.
Pumpkin pie. We're going to get one of those in a little while. We're going to go to Sam's Club.
I know there is a Christian school here, and I know that they have a camp too, so that's probably, who knows where this is taking us, probably up to the church, I would imagine, or to the school.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, it's going to take us to the church.
Might be somebody's driveway.
Nope, this must be the church.
Church bus.
I see a church bus, and right there's the church. Very wooded, very peaceful. Very nice setting for a church.
They have a big soccer field.
Well, that's part of the school, I think. They have a soccer field over there and playground area. And there's their little sign. This is Factoryville Bible Church. Lots of nice colors. And then this is the camp right next to it. And it is starting to sprinkle a little bit. There's another sign that says "Welcome to Leonidas" right there. Now this is the big town of Leonidas, which is nothing. To this day, I do not know why we skipped school and came here. Other than nobody would catch us, because who would go to Leonidas on a skip?
Turn right on King Road.
There used to be like a little restaurant bar here, and
on the corner, there used to be a Flint and Walling.
and somebody over here is a Trump lover. I see Trump sign. We have nothing here. We have
There used to be a Flint and Walling pump
In
store.
1¼ miles, arrive at Rawson's King Mill Park on the
we
left.
have a fire department over here.
A couple of times, I flew up here in a J3 Cub with my buddy Bill Reed and borrowed a car from a lady that had a landing strip out this way. Drove up here, picked up a pump and
A pump for
a water pump.
water pump for irrigation or something?
No,
or just
well pump.
Well pump, okay.
And I held it in my lap all the way back to Sturgis, Michigan.
Was that a great feat or something? Was this
That
pump
was fun.
huge? Well, I mean, you made it sound like you held it in your lap like it was something really big or
Well, it
hard to
was.
hold on to. Well, that's
It
what I'm
weighed
asking.
about 25
Oh
pounds.
my goodness, wonder it didn't crush you.
I know.
Poor Jim.
Half a mile says it will be on
In
the
1/2 mile,
left.
arrive at Rawson's King Mill Park on the left.
Thank you.
In 300 feet, arrive at Rawson's King Mill Park on the left.
You can get all that Rawson King parking, yeah. You'll be good. Do I have to get my zapper out?
Look at this. That's a lot of water. It's clear up on the wood of the building.
Is it really? Oh yeah. Sit and behave.
Yeah. The water is extremely high. It's almost up to the bottom of the bridge.
Alright, the first settlers in Leonidas Township arrived in 1831. It was brothers James and Robert Cullen, and they came from Pennsylvania. James Cullen worked at the land office in White Pigeon, which is another small town that's close by. He discovered 80 acres of unclaimed land in Leonidas area and entered in the tract at the land office. So maybe they were able to have some free land or for just a little bit of money. After acquiring 80 acres, he constructed the first sawmill in 1832. In 1833, they ran the first raft of lumber from the mill down the St. Joe River and shipped it to Chicago. So that was really quite a ways. The money raised from the lumber sale helped them eventually construct a flour mill. In 1836, they constructed the first flour mill and dam. They struggled to make Leonidas a community. It's still a struggle here. I don't think it ever really got to be any good size. They opened a post office at Cohen Mills, so be here, in 1836. In 1843, the first flour ark went down the river from Leonidas to Three Rivers, which is another small town close by. Actually, it's a bigger town. In 1847, W.H. Cross used the Cowan Mill as a store and sold general stock, hardware, and leather. In 52, the Cowans sold the sawmill and land to David Kidd. He built the third sawmill at the site and repaired the grist mill. He then sold the property to John Robinson in 68, who then sold the site to the Switzers in 72. They tore down the old mill and constructed the current building. In 1873, the mill manufactured 1,158 barrels of flour. The Kings purchased the property in 89, and they replaced the stones with roller mills around 1904. One set of the stones was used up until 1930 for grinding cornmeal. In 1964, Don Avery purchased the mill from Nancy Mast as a business venture. The Leonidas Milling Company, owned by Avery, was run by Kenneth Saxman and his son. In the mid-1960s, the mill processed between 25,000 and 30,000 bushel of wheat. The mill was closed due to regulations.
Of course.
Friend of Eston and Lydia Rawson learned that the King Mill was not being used and informed the Rawsons. They came to view the mill and property, and Lydia fell in love with the site immediately. They purchased the mill from Don Avery in 1967. When they purchased the mill, the area all around the mill pond and Otter Creek were popular local fishing spots. They started to clear the islands and make great improvements. Now they use it as a park and weddings. The mill raised in front of the wall was also refurnished and new stone walls were built. This became the local swimming hole for the area. And in 2015, St. Joe County Parks and Recreation staff embarked on renovations of the ground and mill, hoping to recapture the property's historical and cultural value for the St. Joe residents.
Okay. As you can see, the river is very, very fast at St. Joe River, St. Joseph County.
probably the closest I'll get to Niagara Falls. This is Niagara Falls of Leonidas. Look at the water come down. It is flooded all over here.
Amazing. Nottawa Creek.
The eagle carving.
Oh yeah, cool. You were too quick.